Welcome to the Brain Booster YouTube channel. Today on our podcast, we will be discussing the beautiful country of Guyana, located on the northern coast of South America. We will delve into the history, culture, economy, and politics of this unique nation, as well as its potential for tourism. So sit back, relax, and stay with us until the end of the podcast to learn more about Guyana. The history of Guyana can be traced back to the ancient indigenous tribes that inhabited the region for thousands of years before the arrival of European colonizers. The Dutch were the first to establish settlements in Guyana in the 17th century, but their presence was limited and they were soon replaced by the British, who took control of the colony in the 18th century. This marked the beginning of a long period of British colonization, which lasted until Guyana gained independence in 1966. The journey to independence for Guyana was a long and often tumultuous one. Throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, political movements advocating for self-rule and greater representation in government began to gain traction. Key figures in these movements included people like Chetty Juggin, Forbes Burnham, and Lyndon Forbes Sampson Burnham, who played a crucial role in the country's push for independence. In the 1940s and 1950s, there were increasing calls for independence from the British colonial government, and in 1953, the colony of British Guyana was granted self-government. However, it wasn't until 1966, after years of political negotiations and a constitutional reform process, that Guyana finally achieved full independence from British rule. Guyana is a melting pot of cultures, with significant contributions from its indigenous tribes, Afro-Guyanese, and Indo-Guyanese communities. The indigenous tribes, such as the Wai-Wai, Makushi, and Patamona, have a rich history and culture that dates back centuries. They have made significant contributions to the country's traditional art forms, music, and festivals. The Afro-Guyanese community, descended from enslaved Africans brought over by the Dutch and British during colonial times, has also made important contributions to the country's culture. They have a rich musical heritage, including genres like calypso and soca, and have played a major role in the country's political and social development. The Indo-Guyanese community, made up of people who were brought to Guyana as indentured laborers from India, has also played a significant role in shaping the country's culture. They have contributed to the country's food, music, and festivals, and their presence has also had a major impact on the country's economy and politics. All these different cultures come together to create a unique and diverse cultural identity for Guyana, which is reflected in the country's art, music, food, festivals, and more. The culture of Guyana has been shaped by a variety of influences throughout its history. The indigenous tribes, who have lived in the region for thousands of years, have had a significant impact on the country's traditional art forms, music, and festivals. The African culture has also had a profound impact on the country, particularly in terms of music, with genres such as calypso and soca being deeply rooted in the country's Afro-Guyanese community. The East Indian culture has also had a significant impact on Guyana, particularly in terms of food and festivals. The large population of Indo-Guyanese has brought traditional Indian customs and practices, such as Hindu festivals, to the country. Finally, the European culture has also played a role in shaping Guyana's culture. The Dutch and British colonizers brought their own customs, traditions, and language which have been integrated in the country's culture. The British influence is particularly strong in terms of law, education, and government, as well as the country's official language, English. All of these cultural influences have come together to create a unique and diverse cultural identity for Guyana that is reflected in the country's art, music, food, festivals, and more. Guyana has a rich and diverse cultural heritage that is reflected in its traditional art forms, music, and festivals. In terms of traditional art forms, the indigenous tribes of Guyana have a rich tradition of creating intricate carvings, baskets, and pottery. These art forms are an important part of the country's cultural heritage and can be found in museums and art galleries throughout the country. Music is also an important aspect of Guyana's culture, with a wide range of genres and styles. The traditional music of the indigenous tribes is characterized by the use of drums and other percussion instruments, while the Afro-Guyanese community has a rich musical heritage, with genres such as calypso and soca being deeply rooted in the country's culture. The Indo-Guyanese community also has their own traditional music and instruments, such as the sitar and tabla. Guyana also has a wide range of festivals that reflect its diverse cultural heritage. Some of the most popular festivals include the Mashramani Festival, which celebrates Guyana's independence and is held annually on February 23, the Phagwa Festival, which is a Hindu festival celebrating the arrival of spring, and the Diwali Festival, which is a Hindu festival of lights. These festivals are an important way for people to come together to celebrate the country's rich cultural heritage and traditions. The culture of Guyana is heavily influenced by the country's history, economy, and politics. The country's history, including its colonization by the Dutch and British, has had a significant impact on the cultural identity of Guyana. The influence of these colonizers is evident in the country's language, legal system, and government structure. The indigenous tribes, Afro-Guyanese, and Indo-Guyanese communities have also played a crucial role in shaping the country's cultural identity through their contributions to art, music, and festivals. The country's economy also plays a role in shaping its culture. Guyana's main industries, such as agriculture, mining, and oil, have had a significant impact on the country's development and have played a role in shaping the country's cultural identity. The country's agricultural heritage is reflected in its traditional festivals, such as the Mashramani Festival, which celebrates the arrival of the new crop season. Politics also plays a major role in shaping the cultural identity of Guyana. The country's political history, including its journey to independence and the various political movements that have taken place, has had a significant impact on the country's culture. The country's current political climate also has an impact on the cultural identity of Guyana, as it shapes the way people view their country and their place in it. Overall, the culture of Guyana is shaped by a complex interplay of historical, economic, and political factors, each of which plays a role in shaping the country's unique cultural identity. Finally, some examples of popular cultural activities and events in Guyana include the Mashramani Festival, which celebrates Guyana's independence and is held on February 23. It features a parade, live music, and traditional food. Another popular event is the Phagwa Festival, a Hindu festival celebrated in the spring which marks the arrival of spring. It's a colorful and lively event with music, dancing, and traditional food. The Diwali Festival is also a popular Hindu festival of lights celebrated in October or November. It's a time for families to come together, light diyas and candles, and exchange gifts. The Guyana International Book Fair is also an annual event that is held in Georgetown and features book vendors, authors, and literary events. The economy of Guyana is largely based on its natural resources, with the main industries being agriculture, mining, and oil. Agriculture is the largest sector of the economy and employs a significant portion of the population. The main crops grown in Guyana include rice, sugar, and fruits. The mining sector is also a significant contributor to the economy, with the country being a major producer of bauxite and gold. Recently, oil has become a major industry in Guyana, with the discovery of large oil reserves off the coast of the country. In terms of politics, Guyana is a presidential representative democratic republic. The president is both the head of state and government, and the executive branch is headed by the president and the vice president. The legislative branch of government is a unicameral National Assembly. The country has a multi-party system and general elections are held every 5 years. In recent years, there has been some controversy surrounding the country's politics, particularly surrounding the conduct of elections and allegations of voter fraud. The country has also faced some economic challenges, such as high levels of debt and issues related to inequality and poverty. However, the country is also facing new opportunities with the discovery of oil reserves and is expected to become a major oil producer in the near future, which could bring significant economic growth to the country. Guyana is a lesser-known but incredibly diverse and unique country in South America that has a lot to offer tourists. From its natural beauty and diverse wildlife, to its rich culture and history, Guyana has the potential to be a fantastic tourist destination. Despite this, tourism in Guyana is still in its infancy, which means that travelers who do visit will have the opportunity to experience the country's attractions without the crowds of more popular destinations. In this section of the podcast, we will delve into the various tourism options that Guyana has to offer, from ecotourism and cultural activities to infrastructure and facilities available for visitors. One of the natural attractions that make Guyana an appealing destination for tourists is the Kaieteur Falls. This is one of the world's most powerful waterfalls and is located in the heart of the country's rainforest. The fall is 741 feet high and is 5 times taller than Niagara Falls. It's a spectacular sight that can only be accessed by small aircraft or a long hike through the jungle. Another natural attraction is the Rupununi Savanna, which is located in the southwestern part of the country. This vast grassland is home to a diverse array of wildlife, including jaguars, giant otters, and hundreds of bird species. Visitors can go on guided tours and explore the savanna on foot or by vehicle. The Guyana Shield is also a natural attraction in the country. It's a unique geological formation that covers about 2/3 of the country and is home to some of the most biodiverse rainforests in the world. Visitors can explore the Shield on guided tours and have the opportunity to see an abundance of rare and exotic plants and animals. These are just a few examples of the many natural attractions that Guyana has to offer, making it an appealing destination for nature lovers and adventure seekers. Ecotourism is one of the main draws of Guyana as a tourist destination, thanks to its diverse wildlife and rainforest. The country's rainforest is one of the most biodiverse in the world and is home to a wide variety of rare and exotic plants and animals. Visitors can explore the rainforest on guided tours, either on foot or by boat, and have the opportunity to see a wide range of wildlife, including monkeys, sloths, jaguars, giant otters, and hundreds of bird species. Birdwatching is also a popular activity in Guyana, as the country is home to over 800 species of birds, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. Visitors can go on guided birdwatching tours and have the opportunity to see species such as the harpy eagle, the Guianan cock of the rock, and the black katinga. In addition to the rainforest, Guyana also has a diverse array of wildlife on the savanna, such as the giant anteater, the giant otter, and the giant armadillo. Visitors can go on wildlife viewing safaris on the savanna and have the opportunity to see these and other unique species in their natural habitat. Ecotourism in Guyana also includes opportunities for adventure activities such as hiking, camping, and fishing. These activities are guided by experienced guides, so visitors can feel secure and learn more about the natural environment in which they are immersed. For example, visitors can hike through the rainforest to see the Kaieteur Falls and other natural wonders, or go on camping trips to explore remote areas of the country. Fishing is also a popular activity, with visitors having the opportunity to catch a wide variety of fish in the country's rivers and lakes. In addition to these activities, there are also several eco-lodges and eco-resorts in Guyana where visitors can stay. These lodges are located in remote areas of the country and are designed to minimize their impact on the environment. They offer visitors a chance to experience the natural beauty of Guyana in a sustainable way. Overall, Guyana offers a wide range of ecotourism opportunities for visitors, from wildlife viewing and birdwatching to hiking, camping, and fishing. It's a great destination for nature lovers and adventure seekers who want to experience the beauty of the rainforest and savanna while also learning about the country's unique biodiversity. In addition to its natural attractions, Guyana also offers a variety of cultural tourism opportunities for visitors. One of the most popular cultural activities is visiting the indigenous communities that call the country home. These communities have a rich history and culture, and visitors can learn about their way of life, customs, and traditions. Many of the indigenous communities offer tours and homestays, allowing visitors to experience the culture firsthand and learn about the traditional way of life. Another way to immerse in the country's culture is to learn about the country's history and culture by visiting museums, historical sites, and monuments. Visitors can also experience the festivals and traditional art forms such as the Mashramani Festival, Fagwa Festival, and Diwali Festival. These festivals are an important part of the country's culture and offer a glimpse into the customs and traditions of the different communities that make up Guyana. In addition to festivals, traditional art forms in Guyana include basket weaving, wood carving, and textiles. Visitors can visit artisanal markets or workshops and learn about the traditional techniques and styles of these art forms. Overall, Guyana offers a variety of cultural tourism opportunities for visitors, from visiting indigenous communities and learning about the country's history and culture, to experiencing festivals and traditional art forms. It's a great destination for those looking to experience the culture and heritage of a lesser-known country. When planning a trip to Guyana, it's important to consider what a visitor can expect when visiting the country. The best time to visit Guyana depends on what a visitor is looking to do and see. The dry season is from January to April, and this is the best time to visit if you want to go hiking and enjoy the savanna, while the rainy season is from May to December, and this is the best time to visit if you want to experience the country's waterfalls and rainforests. Getting to Guyana is relatively easy, as the country's main international airport is located in the capital city of Georgetown. There are direct flights from major cities in North and South America, as well as from some cities in Europe. Additionally, visitors can also reach Guyana by boat or overland from neighboring countries. In terms of what to pack, visitors should bring comfortable clothing and footwear, as well as insect repellent, sunscreen, and a hat. If you plan on going into the rainforest, it's recommended to bring long-sleeved shirts and pants, as well as waterproof gear. If you plan on going into the savanna, it's recommended to bring light clothing and comfortable shoes. Visitors should also bring a small first aid kit, a flashlight, and a camera to take pictures of the beautiful landscapes and unique wildlife. Overall, Guyana is a unique and diverse destination that offers visitors a wide range of experiences and activities. With proper planning and preparation, visitors can have an enjoyable and memorable trip to this beautiful country. In conclusion, we hope that this podcast has given you a better understanding of Guyana and the many things that this unique and diverse country has to offer. From its natural beauty and diverse wildlife, to its rich culture and history, Guyana is a destination that has something for everyone. We discussed the various tourism options available, from ecotourism and cultural activities to infrastructure and facilities available for visitors, as well as tips on best time to visit, how to get there, and what to pack. We encourage you to consider visiting Guyana for your next vacation and experience all that this wonderful country has to offer. Thank you for listening to our podcast. We appreciate your time and interest. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos for more interesting and informative content. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time, take care and stay curious.